Hi, I'm Carl Rodriguez. Welcome to 5 Mindful Ways to Get More Done. It's really about bringing, many of you will be aware of mindfulness, but I want to bring mindfulness and really connect it up to the aspect of productivity and the aspect of getting the important things done. So, what is mindfulness? Well, it's about practicing being 100% in the present moment and giving yourself 100% in a mindful and an accepting and alert and aware way to whatever is. Accepting it, being non-judgmental about it. And this is something which really is a practice. It's something that you keep doing as a way of training your mind. What happens with the mind when it comes to getting things done? We know the mind can be what we call the monkey mind. It goes off into the past, it goes off into the future. People love to talk about how busy they are, love to talk about how they've got so many things on their to-do list, and what happens is part of their mind, part of their attention is on, and it's created in stress because the mind goes off in the future of all these other things they need to do, and they start doing multitasking. They start also responding to reactive things coming in, and actually it's a very low, quite often it's a very low way of really engaging an efficient mind. When you're present, you know what it's like when you really enjoy something and you're fully there. What happens? You get into a flow state, time stands still, and you're accessing creativity. Stuff is flowing through you, and you're really engaged, and your mind in that moment is focused and it's very healthy. So practicing mindfulness, you're going to get rest resistance around this when I start talking about some of the things you can do, just about, it's really about calming down and giving yourself to the amazing amount of things that are actually available in the present moment. Sometimes the mind will want to just kind of be in that slightly hyper state of oh, I'm juggling all the time. So one of the things you might want to do, set the intention first of all that you're going to practice mindfulness and you're going to just literally check in with yourself. What is happening at the present moment? I'll give you an anecdote actually. Some Harvard psychologists set up an iPhone app some time ago. 250,000 people were surveyed, and of those they got the figure of 50% of the time people were thinking of something other than what they were doing. So 50% of the time, the level of engagement was low enough that they're just not going to be productive in terms of what they're doing. So, this is about taking responsibility for that and just turning up for yourself. So one way of practicing mindfulness is check in with your body. What's going on with your body right now? Actually do it right now. How is your body? How are your shoulders? Is there any tension held somewhere? Because you might be thinking, your mind might be interpreting what I'm saying. And for example, it might be saying, oh yeah, but you know what? I'm really going to be crap at this. I'm not going to be able to do what Carl's saying. It makes great sense, but blah, blah, blah. That is your mind coming out with sabotaging thoughts. It's coming up with futurizing and so on. How much are you able to just really give yourself 100% right now? So the body will indicate, shoulder tension will show what's going on in the mind that might be stressful, might be future or past based, might be past based. I've tried this before, it doesn't work for me. Mindfulness is not for me. And then we make excuses and carry on being busy and not really getting important things done. So checking in with the body, being non-judgmental, and bring some fun to this. It shouldn't feel like a chore. Sometimes your mind will make out to you that, oh, I don't want to do that. I've got better things to do. I've got so many things to do. But here's some examples of some practical things you can do. Get a grape and take one grape and just decide you're going to really experience that grape. Put the grape on your tongue and then roll it around on your tongue. Feel the texture of the grape and then build up some anticipation as to how it's going to feel when you bite into it. And then when you do bite into it, really experience with all your senses that explosion of flavors. I guarantee you, if you haven't done this before and you do it 100%, you're going to have a different grape experience to what you're normally used to. So many people are eating grapes while working, while looking at newspapers, all this kind of doing 5 things at one time is really it's actually quite sad. When I know this from, I'm going to say from my perspective, because I've learned over the years how to live when I'm really in the moment, when I'm really engaged. And this thing what will come up around, maybe some sadness might come up, maybe some frustration and anger. Be with the frustration and anger, but be 100%. I'll share another story. I'm going to talk quite a bit about mindfulness because this is a really important one. I love to do this with a mango. Now, I scoop out lots of the mango. You know how you can get the size of the mango and put it into a smoothie. But that piece in the middle, the big seed, has a lot of mango that's quite difficult to get off. So I decide I'm going to practice mindfulness and I'm going to eat that seed part. I'm going to have a real experience of being 100%. It becomes, for me recently, it's become a very erotic experience. And I really, the juices are just amazing. And I stand there with my mango seed while I was making my smoothie, and for a few moments, I have some really wonderful experiences. So if you feel more drawn to the mango experience rather than the grape, these can be fun exercises, and they'll have a knock-on effect on your ability to train your mind to just enjoy life more and actually do one thing at a time. You might also take the practice of when you're walking down the street, feel your muscles, feel what's going on in your body. Be really alert and awake to what's happening. You might look at people in a different way when you're 100% engaged in being present. Same thing in the shower. So there's some ideas. If you've got this video, then chances are you've also got from me a mindfulness meditation. Meditation is obviously another process where we practice this issue of being in the present moment and being non-judgmental when all the thoughts, all the junk comes through our mind, and we just literally become the observer. We look at it, we accept it, we let it pass. And so that mindfulness meditation, you can hang out with me for 9 minutes. I know a lot of people sound very calming and so on, so it should be something which you can think of as just a relaxing thing. I know when I started practicing meditation, I found that having guided processes were really helpful for just helping me to stay there and not get frustrated about the busy mind, and trying to just literally sit there and be with it all. So that's mindfulness. Get ready for tip number 2.